Hi everyone, welcome to Basket Japan. This is Morta. I'm from Japan. I've been in Japan for many years. I'm 100% Japanese. In this channel, I will introduce various kinds of Japanese culture. I'm a guide I will lead you to better understanding of Japan. Okay, let's get started. Today's topic is Edo Shogunate. Edo Shogunate was a military government of Japan during the Edo period from 1603 to 1868. There are many types of cultures in Edo period, like ukiyo-e, rakugo, kabuki. These are famous and popular all over the world. But what is the Edo Shogunate in the first place? What does Tokugawa Ieyasu look like? How did he gain tremendous power? What are the characteristics of his politics? How was the city of Edo? How did they influence Japanese society? Today, I'm going to answer these questions. After Toranaga set the goal of unifying the country, Toyotomi Hideyoshi succeeded him and promoted the separation of warriors and farmers, craftsmen and merchants, and made them focus on their respective occupations to develop commerce and industry. In 16th century Japan, until then, the prefectures of Japan were like a single country. Each of these prefectures had its own authorities, who ruled the area. The Edo Shogunate was established in the 17th century and connected all of the countries and ruled Japan. After Toyotomi Hideyoshi's death, Tokugawa Ieyasu attacked the Toyotomi family side in Battle of Osaka in 1615, which had stripped the moat of Osaka castle bare, and the Toyotomi side was about to rebuild it, claiming that they were ready for battle. Ieyasu made a false accusation and won this battle. Because of this, he may be less attractive as a person than Nobunaga or Toyotomi Hideyoshi. However, he was a hard worker, patient, and careful in his preparations. He thought the war situation from a long-term perspective and efficiently took over the country with as little effort as possible, making full use of his schemes. He also built a solid and peaceful country afterwards, and some consider him a great ruler. He was also called Tanuki because of his black-hearted reputation, but he is also enshrined as a god at Nikoto Shogu Shrine. Although he is regarded as a polarizing person, there's no doubt that he is a great man with great patience. Unlike the eccentric Oda Nobunaga or the ideal man Toyotomi Hideyoshi, this Tokugawa Ieyasu was well-planned and well-prepared. Tokugawa Ieyasu was a very tenacious type of shogun, but a man who eventually unified the country and established a 260-year peaceful era in Japan. The city developed around the Edo Castle, which is now the Imperial Palace in front of Tokyo Station. He may be said to be the man who developed the transportation network in Japan and reformed Japan as a domestic economy. The Shogunate hand system created by Tokugawa Ieyasu was a system that made Japan a country of domestic demand, where people travel to and from each other through famous highways. The Edo period was also a time when each crown built castle towns, roads, and developed commerce and industry, and the exchange of goods flourished throughout Japan. Wealthy farmers and wealthy merchants emerged among them. Large control technology prevented rivers from overflowing and made the land available for cultivation. Improvements were also made to farming implements. As a result, the food supply was stabilized and the population grew during the Edo period. Around this time, the urban population grew and the influx of people from rural areas into the cities, and with it came the challenge of adjusting settlements and the food supply and demand, as well as maintaining urban security, issue that are still relevant today. This continues to the present day. It is fair to say that the cornerstone of Japan's domestic demand-based economy can be found in the Edo period shogunate system. Famous policies of the Edo shogunate include the isolation of the country, called sakoku, and the visitation of the shogunate, called sankin-kotai. The seclusion of the country was a foreign policy that prohibited the arrival of Christians, Spanish and Portuguese, and the departure and entry of Japanese nationals to Southeast Asia, and managed to control and restrict trade. This policy is called sakoku. The sankin-kotai system was established during the reign of the third shogun, Tokugawa Ieyasu, to control the feudal lords and allow them to reside in Edo for a certain period of time. In principle, the daimyo were required to live in Edo in one-year shifts, and their wives and children were required to reside in Edo permanently. This was intended to weaken the economic power of the feudal lords, as their wives and children became hostages, and the cost of traveling between homeland and Edo was a heavy burden for each clan. The Edo shogunate probably had a greater influence on the inward-looking and the obedient character and the temperament of the Japanese people today. By controlling thought, trade, and the economy throughout Japan in this way, the Edo shogunate was able to create a world of peace and tranquility. So, there was a good balance between regulation and liberalization. The Edo shogunate was a political system of tension and relaxation. Tighten, loosen, tighten, loosen. When the Edo shogunate was first established, politics was conducted by military force, but as the country became more peaceful and conflict-free, learning culture developed. Terakoya were established in various areas, and reading, writing, and abacus were taught, so the literacy rate of the Japanese people improved from this time. Particularly during the Edo period, Shushi studies from China, which emphasized the hierarchical relationships and parent-child relationships, developed. This led to the creation of a peaceful world that valued order and hierarchical relationships. In contrast to the Japanese of the Warring State period, when parents and siblings fought each other, the Japanese of the Edo period and thereafter became more obedient to their superiors. The Japanese character of today is greatly influenced by Shushi studies, which spread mainly through Terakoya and other schools during this period. Thus, Japan became a peaceful world ruled by Tokugawa family, and the arrival of the black ships from the US, which forced the country to open up to the outside world. Okay, that's all for today. Thank you very much for listening. My only hope for you is that this video helps you understand Japan well. I'll be back soon. Don't forget to subscribe. Goodbye.